You're here watching more Haikyuu. I'm here, eagerly anticipating the same thing. Because, well, the matches are ramping up. We've finished one set with quite a character-building moment. We can learn a lot from Tanaka. So, seeing himself as somewhat ordinary, even though he is simultaneously a self-proclaimed genius. And when we do have the moments where we feel down, don't think we can really push on a little bit more, can rise above this wall that's been presented in front of us. You take that as the entire reason why you need to. The amount of personal conviction and mental strength that he has is admirable, to say the least. I want to see what gets put out for him in the future and anyone else on the team. And I guess, if we really have to, we can watch a little more volleyball. A few games being played on the various courts going at Neko. Various courts. Actually following along with the bestest phone buddy that Hinata has. And being able to see a few extra of the side characters kind of just hopping about, appearing here and there. Is today's episode going to be following along with Nakama's journey through this tournament, whether they win or lose? You know, you've got to put up one hell of a fight, otherwise Hinata's going to be bugging Kenma about what happened during the match. And one thing I noticed from the previous episode, and hopefully continuing going forward, is just how fluid some of it looks. And considering that we've been following this 1 year in competition for so long, and where they started off in the beginning of it being complete nobodies and getting their ass handed to them, I do think that upset right at the beginning was what needed them to know where they are and continuously push past. Well, was it a few more steps for the vending machine? I see. Stop having conversation, pay for your stuff and leave. Or as when I visited my parents on the weekend and ended up terrifying them by just appearing in doorways and the like, instead of a ghost, creeping Jesus. I do like that Kenman doesn't have much of a presence until he needs to. Would actually kind of help us being their setter and whatnot. Does he even care about volleyball, really? Is his love of the game increasing thanks to talking to Hinata, or... Crap. How much he'll impact the others. In fact, impact his decision there. It would be asking a little much. It's something to do. So he'll just continue that on until either way the scales are budging. Yeah, so that goes into the quit playing section. Just through what? Grit? Oh, we're going into flashback territory. Which of... Now, why does that sight seem all too familiar for me? There has definitely been days where I wasn't sitting on the floor, but otherwise it's pretty much the same. I see, that's why... Incomprehensible, yeah, that's a good way to... Good way to grade several parts of him. I do wish real life had stat systems or not, so you could see your progress towards certain aspects. He's desperately trying to, hold a conversation. Start again, only 16 experience points earned there. It's not over yet, you can't be reminiscing quite now. Think about the future. Oh my god. Especially after watching Bocce and having other acids and whatnot brought up and whatnot. And just after that, going into the back into the match. There's something about this match. Also, are we going to get much about the opposition and their players? He is deep in thought. Well, they're dragging it out. But not as fast or violent as they could have been. We've definitely seen that in the past. So rather than just score points, win the set, and throw them off that way, they're trying to dig in more. To wear him out. So they're going for the long play. They'll sacrifice a few points here. Get him unable to keep on his best. He's tired, sweating. That's the downfall right there. We're getting a lot of breaks from the action, aren't we? Is this going to be like how he's able to dig in deep? You know, if he actually keeps up with the rest of the pack. Mm-hmm. So just imagine what else is out there. Keeps him going. Oh, speed boost. Oh, God. Now, I think we have all, at least I definitely hope, had that moments where you're in a car and you're imagining running alongside it and keeping up and jumping over shit and fences. I don't know if I should admit that I would probably imagine there being speed boosts and this shit like that along the pavement if I had to run as well. Hmm. Yeah. Lapped again. How can you keep going? Is he going to offer up any sort of assistance or help? Is this how they're bonding a bit more? No, you don't deserve the ball. That he'll be given the benefit of the doubt and let off easily because of it. If anything, if being close to him and knowing him means he'll be pushed harder. So because he doesn't seem into it. Due to natural animosity between the two, forcing them to learn a bit how to receive properly. I do like his entire personality about all of this. And considering, we've been told he doesn't have the best of stamina. Is this building up as though he's going to fill in for him? Or Kenma's going to pull something out? Some pretty good squats, though. Well, keep it up. And, well, he didn't perform quite as well as he was wishing. And yet it seems as though the one who was putting in the least effort there, actually getting the recognition. He's in cause of many injuries. Well, if that's left to fester. Well. Here comes the all-important bit of small talk. He's so tense. Because he's whipped himself up into this frenzy. The thing is, because he looks as though he's not interested in not putting in the effort and then trying to give out advice, is going to antagonize him even further. Oh. He's a bit more level-headed than I imagined. It's easier to blame Guts. Oh. That was an... He looks so scared. So they're both well aware that there's issues with their ways of playing. Rather than keeping it inside and not so... Wow. That got under his skin. This is fairly accurate for just a grapple shouting match. Did they really just bring out the spray bottle? Well, that is a very good way to stop people from going at each other. He should start up a comedy routine. Just warn him out. As it's now just a bit more balanced on either side. Come on, he can get there. 1. No. And being a bit more... Yeah, it's nothing. It's just... himself. His own methods. I mean, he's a gamer. Why would why would he be okay with losing, giving up a point or two? Hmm. Maybe you should try celebrating loudly once in a while. Are two very opposed ways of looking at it all. How's it going to pay off in their current predicament? Figure out how to play against each other and best themselves, then they won't have to worry. So why would he call you Dora? Here he comes with the bucket. You see, you, through tough situations, can grow closer, and once you realise what not everyone thinks the way you do, and going about life in a slightly different direction, just use it to empower yourselves and your team. And a bit of a larger step there. They're focusing so much on him. They're, ignoring the rest of the team behind him? So it's time for Tor to step in and help him out. What about, Lev and the rest? With this episode focusing on them, there, considering where they were originally and having the Kenma being always amazing for a setter. He seems to be able to figure out everything while keeping calm. It is good seeing that we've got teams and team members who are a cut above the rest. They hold their position for a certain reason, but the rest of them kind of elevate the entire lot even just a little bit higher. And also, after it all, is Kenma going to actually level up a little? Going to step out from his shell, evolve into something greater? one that can actually take a few steps without passing out. This match here has a few things going with it, because should Nakama come out on top, they'll be potentially facing off against Hinata and the others. They'll be able to show how much they've both teams have grown over the period, and since their practice matches and the like, what they've been able to accomplish. And should one of them fall, then it's an extra reason for the other team to enact retribution. But honestly, after seeing some of the flashbacks here and being able to see some of the team actually getting along with each other slightly better, it definitely mirrors what we saw with the Crows. Not everyone exactly seeing eye to eye all the time. And honestly, definitely in real life, but if they did, then it would, not be nearly as entertaining, but also not quite nearly as realistic. It's those moments of differences of opinion, differences in outlook, method, or maybe just plain ego, that you can understand and learn about someone. And right, what we saw, so as soon as we kind of saw the motivations and what pushes either of them on forward, whether their methods be more logical, rational, without much movement, or just keep pushing, show everyone how much effort you've put into it. If you fuck up, just try harder next time. Having both angles covered, they might do quite well in tandem. Maybe. Just maybe. But also, with so many matches going on, I've kind of forgotten who's playing, who's in the running, who we might see in future matches. So that would be a nice surprise for me when we actually get there. I don't know what I prefer in terms of the storytelling of episodes. Whether I like it focusing a lot on the match with a few monologues and thinking sections, or like we got not too long ago, where a vast majority of the episode is just flashback, then go to the episode, or like this one where it kept interjecting flashback to not so old flashback to current match to flashback, and it all builds up cohesively together. That's supporting itself. I think if it wasn't evident anyway, then we are in for a hell of a time with future episodes, with how many are left. Might be gonna be ramping up a little. But also seeing him take on the effort that is required for volleyball makes me think what I could have done if all of those hours I've spent just sat playing games or doing stuff of non-consequence. If I had put the time in, what could I have achieved? Nah, I still think I made the right choice. If you agree with me, let me know. If not, maybe keep it to yourself. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, maybe a comment as well about the episode. Consider subscribing if you don't want to miss out future ones. Maybe join into my Discord to see what's going on. But for now, definitely get yourself some rest. I've worked up a bit of a sweat already just watching them run that far. But I'll see you in the next one.